My life, especially the past year of my life, hasn't been too exciting. I spent almost all my time lonely, borderline depressed, and constantly fantasizing. I want to jump out of my comfort zone in a way I've never done before, because that's the only way you can ever grow. Since I loved Spanish music and Latino culture, there was really one country that just stood out above all the rest: Colombia. We're one day away from the flight now. I'm gonna be honest, now that we're getting so close, I'm kind of starting to feel a bit nervous. I'm kind of like, why did I just book a flight to a completely different continent by myself with a bunch of expensive camera equipment, with no real idea of traveling by myself? I've never lived by myself. My main concern kind of is like the taxi from the airport to the place where I'm staying. I don't want to get overcharged, and I also don't want to get robbed or kidnapped. And the worst thing is actually in the UK, the restrictions are almost non-existent. And that's why right now I'm not feeling like ecstatic, amazed, wonder, like all the things I was feeling when I booked the ticket. Now it's kind of like, I'm just like, should I have done that at this time? Me and my mum packed my suitcase. Well, it was mostly just my mum, and we kind of overdid it. I put 2 different pairs of shoes in there. One of them were walking mountain boots and also sliders, which filled up like a quarter of the bag space, surprisingly. After that was done, I got my stuff and I left the house. Obviously, I said goodbye to everyone first. This is not the actual footage of me leaving.
Pero baby, no fuimos los dos, solo fuiste tú y a quien se viró, nadie sabe lo que siento, mujer. Rompiste una promesa en un atardecer, aunque no hubo disputa, tú lo sabes, bebé. Que de un corazón roto nadie se siente bien, yeah. Y tranqui, que de esto no vamos, nadie se muere, ya sin ti.
Finally here. It's my first day in Medellin, Colombia. I took a 17-hour journey starting from the UK to Madrid, from Madrid to Bogota, which was a 10-hour flight. The crazy thing is, the flight from Bogota to Medellin was it felt like half an hour. Like, it felt like the plane went up and then suddenly they're just like, guys, the plane is landing. And I'm just like, wait, the seatbelt sign didn't even go off. And that plane had so much more leg space than the 10-hour journey across the Atlantic. I get why people get business class tickets. No, I really do, for long-haul flights. Right now, this is what I can see. It's a mess of people's things, and I think everyone's pretty much gone, and I'm the only one here. My ride in from the airport was awesome, amazing driver. I found my driver on a Facebook group. Well, this is the story, right? I found a driver on a Facebook group who was recommended to me, who I then messaged. 1 week later, he's like, "Lo siento, amigo." Sends me a picture and he's broke his foot, right? That's unfortunate, but he's like, "I'll recommend you another guy." I was like, "I'll go with it." And I did, and it was a good decision. 80,000 from the airport to Laureles, but I gave him 100,000 and he said he didn't have the change. He offered to go get the change. I said, "Mate, it's fine, don't worry about it." Another interesting one in terms of women, I had 2 which I was gonna meet. One hasn't really responded, and then the other one has said what honestly I kind of expected, but she said, "I don't have money for the tickets and I don't have money for a babysitter." I'm 100% sure this girl does not live alone. I think she's told me before that she lives with family, and then now she's just like, "Oh, I don't have money for a babysitter." Like, pay my ticket, pay someone to watch my baby so you can have the privilege of taking me out to eat. Ridiculous. I wouldn't recommend dating apps. I'm gonna be going out tonight, maybe tomorrow night, to see what's up with like real local people. So, we have a lot to talk about. I've been in this new apartment now for about a week or 2 weeks, and I have to admit, I kind of almost got kicked out the first day. I'll speak on that later. Anyway, how have I been doing? What have I been doing here? I've done a lot. Actually, the first 2 weeks was a massive amount of partying.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh, you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add
I'm kind of more tranquil. I've also went to 2 pueblos, La Ceja and San Antonio de Pereira, with 3 Colombians that I met in a language exchange. So definitely language exchanges. It's a way to meet Colombians. It is hard to just randomly talk to people on the street. So definitely go to meetups, language exchanges, that kind of thing will get you in there. I'm going to be in this apartment for the next 2 weeks and then I'm out of here. Here's just some phone footage of some of the things I've recorded. Lovely views, sunny always. And then there's Spanish. Yo puedo hablar español y todavía tengo problemas a veces si no entiendo una palabra específico. So if you come here and you don't speak Spanish at all, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. So definitely learn Spanish before you come as much as you can. Food is amazing. I did figure it out, right? I went to a restaurant that absolutely overcharged me. They charged me like 2 to 3 times what a bandeja paisa costs. It's a learning experience, so I don't understand why you would do that once and lose a customer forever. Basically, I ended up going to a restaurant on the same street, just a 2-minute walk away, and it was 11,000 pesos for a full plate bandeja paisa, the rice, the meat, the avocado, the egg, the bread thingy, which is always cold, I don't know why. Amazing food. Put a bit of ají on it, which is the spice chili here, and it's perfect. Even in El Poblado, where I am now, surprisingly, it's still a decent price if you go to the right place. It's a thumbs up for me. Safety, yeah, just got a little update. I was actually pickpocketed. I was pickpocketed, not for my wallet, but for the wallet of the guy who was with me. Basically, I met an Australian guy in the hostel, and we went to Parquilleras together. He's a very out there guy, so he saw some guys rapping, he wanted to go dance with them. He took his wallet out and he basically put his wallet into my pocket, kind of like this, where it was sticking out because my phone was already in the pocket. And I didn't really know, so it was like that, right? And then there's this one, they call them here prepagos, who was there also watching. And in this video, you can see her looking my way, going to my right where the wallet was, and she is, in my opinion, 95% sure she is the one that took it, because she kind of groped me and I got away from her. I didn't realize what she was doing, but yeah, here's her photo. Be aware, prepagos, working girls in Parquilleras are out there to steal your stuff. They will pickpocket you, they will hustle you in whatever way they can. Even if you're not using them, they are still a menace. They took 100,000 pesos from the wallet. And then a 14-year-old kid, I've seen this kid now in Parquilleras multiple times, so in my opinion, he's definitely working with them, brings the wallet back with all the cards and ID in there, minus the 100,000 pesos, which is around $30. And then the kid asked for money, right? He was like, I brought the wallet, I found it, they threw it, and I came back to give it to you. You both knew that this kid obviously didn't do it out of the goodness of his heart. He brought it back so he could get some sort of tip as a reward. Ever since though, I've not really had any bad experiences. I've never felt physically in danger here, but I do feel like I have to watch my stuff everywhere I go in a way that I never really felt like I had to in London. Transport, an Uber costs about $2, $3, $4 to go around the city to the main parts, to Laureles, to El Poblado. A 20 to half an hour drive on an Uber is about $4, $5, depending on the time you take it. So it's very, very cheap. Money's a weird one. Basically, the biggest bank here, as far as I know, is Banco Colombia. Banco Colombia ATMs will charge you around $7 to make a withdrawal. If you just go to any other bank, they're always either cheaper or free. So if you're looking for a bank on your Google Maps, look for BBVA. I don't know what that stands for, but look for that. Davivienda, Banco de Bogotá, anything that isn't Banco Colombia is going to be free, or it's going to charge you a lot less than Banco Colombia. Cards like this, a Monzo card, will get you free withdrawals up to £200 a month. And then if you just take another one like Revolut, then you get £400 a month. Take another one like Starling, you get £600 a month. Another one like Dozens, and you get basically just take out a bunch of neobank cards that give you free ATM withdrawals. I've also got myself a Banco Colombia card just because It is much easier to pay with these if you want to pay your Tigo phone bill. There's a quote by Nathan Rothschild, or some sort of Rothschild, which is own nothing, control everything. I just want a bunch of assets all over the world. That's why I have a Bank of Colombia account. It's not really a good idea, right? Because I can get free ATM withdrawals, and it actually costs money every month to have a bank account in Colombia. Very weird to me. This is my very first travel vid. I've recorded ridiculous amounts of footage. I've recorded in clubs with this camera here. I've recorded in the metro cable. I've recorded Parque RV. Every single vid I put out next will be 10 times better than this one. Just subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned.